Hello friends, this is Dr. Bhavdeep Ahuja here. I hope you are liking the videos posted on my YouTube channel. If yes, you are liking them, please do spread the word. Tell your colleagues and friends, all the professionals, the dentists, the medical fraternity about it, because this is a channel exclusively for all the professional colleagues. This is not for the patients but for professional colleagues only. So today, continuing in the series of my short videos, I'll be posting the new changes which will be coming into effect from the new financial year. As we all know, the new financial year is all set to begin in the next few days. The financial year 21-22, from 1st April 21 to March 31st 2022. So this is the financial year which is should be the new year, as my late dad used to say. This should be the new year of significance rather than the new year falling on the 1st Jan. Strictly speaking, from the financial and the professional point of view, because this is the period which matters to us mainly. So, what are the changes which are going to take place or which are going to be coming into effect from 1st of April? The number one change is that now, as a part of simplification for all of us and as a blow to the cheaters, the government or the IT department would have all the IT forms pre-filled with all, say, sources of other income, listed securities, capital gains, your dividends, your interest income from banks and post office. All of this is going to be reflected of. And if you have been thinking that this is my A account or a B account or a white account or a black account, those days are going to be over pretty soon, because every account would be now A account only. The second biggest change is going to be that senior citizens above 75 years of age will not be needing to file the IT return. The only conditions are that they should be having only, say, pension income and interest income. And if they are having any interest income, that should be in the same account accruing, so that the bank can do the needful on their tax liability part and deposit it with the income tax department. So this is where the biggest, say, compliance or say ease of operation is there for the senior citizens. So the third biggest change is the Aadhaar and the PAN linking. If you have not yet linked your PAN and Aadhaar, the last date has been extending perennially now. Since almost, say, the demonetization time, every 6 months the date used to be extended, but now 31st March 2021 is the last date to link your Aadhaar and PAN. And if you don't link, so the income tax department may impose a penalty of rupees 10,000 on you. And we all know everybody has Aadhaar, and all of us professionals also have a PAN. So it is a good thing to link it on the income tax e-filing website, so that our compliance is also, say, taken care of. The fourth biggest change would be that income, say, the interest earned on provident fund would be taxed above the limit of 2.5 lakhs. People used to transfer a huge sums, especially the salaried guys, in the name of their provident fund separately, other than the PPF, the public provident fund, which is a government scheme. They used to transfer huge sums. Now anything above roughly 21,000, or say around that time, per month or annually speaking, 2.5 lakh is exempt, but beyond that it would be, the interest earned would be taxable. So realistically speaking, they still have a window of 2.5 in their provident fund plus the 1.5 in the public provident fund, the PPF. So they still have a window of 4 lakhs, which is an interest free income. So this is the fourth biggest change. So the fifth biggest change is that the employees who were, say, allowed to purchase items under the LTC cash voucher scheme, because they couldn't avail their holidays in the last financial year courtesy the coronavirus epidemic or the pandemic. So they are required to submit their bills with GST and the source of online payment made for the same by 31st March to their employer. And all those items which were above 12% were eligible for purchase in that scheme. The sixth biggest change would be that the higher TDS and the TCS rate would be there for the non-income tax return filers. The government has introduced a special section in the budget 2021, and the proposed flat rate on non-filer for a TDS is 5%, which is twice the rate of the, say, prescribed portion in that, or the twice the number of rates in force. So it can be higher of the two, either 5% or twice the rate specified, whichever it is. So these are the six biggest changes which will be coming into effect from 1st of April 2021 for the new financial year. So if you're salaried or if you're self-employed, these things are going to take a lot of effect on you. So I hope you take care of all these things in the coming financial year. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll be there with you shortly. Thank you so much.